The year continues with Amy Robach.
Wedding bells were a-ringing throughout Hollywood in 2014. Both Simpson sisters, Jessica and Ashley, got married to their beaux, as did Neil Patrick Harris to his, and Sir Elton John to David Furnish.
It was the wedding that made headlines for so many reasons.
Kim and Kanye tied the knot.
In their photograph is the most liked Instagram photo ever. Because we just believe in true love that will last forever. Why are you laughing?
But as far as true love stories go, all eyes were on Brangelina. After 7 years together, it was their 6 kids who finally pushed them down the aisle.
Brad and Angie, you know, when they decided to go for it, they really went for it. Their kids were very much a part of the ceremony, right down to Angelina's dress.
She essentially took all the kids' pictures off of the refrigerator, gave them to the wedding dress designer, and said, put these on my veil.
That's when you know you're a mom, huh? When you're like artwork, just go ahead and scribble on the back of my train.
They pulled it off without helicopters overhead, without anybody knowing it was happening. And somehow the paparazzi did not descend.
From a secret ceremony in a French chateau to a luxurious location in Venice, Italy.
Well, the wedding of the year was wedding of the century.
George Clooney, the eternal bachelor, became a one-woman man.
To get George Clooney to marry you, you have got to be the bomb. George Clooney marries no one.
But he did, ditching his bachelorhood for Amal Alamuddin.
This whirlwind romance with this astonishing woman who's intelligent, sophisticated, worldly, powerful, and beautiful stunned everyone.
You were less shocked that Hugh Hefner got married than George Clooney.
This is a fairy tale wedding. It's all floating, and they're floating, and they're in this gorgeous boat, and they're waving.
There was just a lot of happiness surrounding it.
Though love was a many splendored thing for some this year, it just couldn't keep others together. Yes, starting with this 70s husband and wife duo, Captain and Tennille, who ended their 39-year union. So did Oscar winner Cuba Gooding Jr. and his wife Sarah Kapfer, married 20 years. David Cassidy and his wife Sue, 23 years. And Antonio Banderas and Melanie Griffith, divorcing after 18 years. But if there was one couple who blurred the lines, it was Robin Thicke and Paula Patton. Sure, there was that twerk show with Miley and her foam finger back in 2013. But it was when Robin admitted to drug and alcohol abuse that things went up in smoke and mirrors.
Cut to, posted photo, there's a mirror, there's a butt grab, blurred lines.
Maybe I'm going blind, maybe I'm out of my mind.
And out of luck, Robin and Paula's 22 years as a couple, 9 of which were married, was over.
So Robin Thicke pretty much goes on a begging tour to get his wife back.
You know, when you lose the love of your life, you don't have much to hide anymore.
Guess what's not enough? Naming an album after your soon-to-be ex-wife. Doesn't work. It sold virtually no copies, and it didn't win her back.
He must have done some really bad stuff, like really bad stuff.
You know, if you got a good woman, take care of her.
For Nick Cannon, it's been family first, following his recent separation from wife Mariah Carey.
I mean, we'll forever be family. I mean, at the same time, you know, we're there for our children and making them the #1 priority.
But liberating himself from the pop diva hasn't come without pain, literally.
This is one of the best, like, oops tattoo moments of the world.
He put her whole name stretched across his whole back. I said, that's gonna be a problem. Wait for it.
So he paints Jesus over it. And when asked, he said, we're never gonna break up. Me and Jesus are never gonna break up. Good job, Nick Cannon.
If we learned anything about celebrity divorce in 2014, it was that the idea of parting amicably got a whole lot cooler.
Conscious uncoupling? What the hell is that?
That's the term Gwyneth Paltrow used to describe her split from husband Chris Martin.
I didn't read the 19 paragraphs explaining what conscious uncoupling is, but part of conscious uncoupling is to consciously spend a ton of time with the person that you're uncoupling from.
It's not easy to be married for 10 years, you know, and we definitely have big ups and downs, but we're very close friends, and we laugh a lot.
It kind of means like we're never going to break up, but we're broken up.
Whatever it is, they're conscious of it.
But it was bachelor bad boy Juan Pablo and his controversial quest for love, or at least the keys to the fantasy suite, that really kept us scratching our heads.
This arrogant,
Me llamo es Juan Pablo.
not very nice,
You barely made it here.
somewhat oversexed bachelor
Don't tell me you love me. Don't tell me that.
ends up with a bachelorette.
I like you a lot. A lot. He's like, I like you a lot, and winked at her. I mean, right there you have an issue.
He's not respecting Renee, or he's not respecting me.
20 seconds later, he was making out with Claire.
What the hell am I?
The things he said were entirely inappropriate and rude.
He never took responsibility for anything.
I have no regrets.
Nikki saw through that, and really, it was genuine. They tried to make it work, and unfortunately it didn't.
Another season of The Bachelor has come to an end. Not gonna lie, I'm okay moving on.
While hopes for a bachelor wedding starring Juan Pablo backfired this year.
Look at me in that dress. I look gorgeous.
There was one romance that ignited in 2014 that could lead to, hands down, the steamiest wedding in years.
So Sofia Vergara has a new boyfriend. His name is I Hate You.
The lucky shirtless guy is Magic Mike and True Blood heartthrob Joe Manganiello.
Sexy fans. The heat that they generate, it's got to be able to solve some sort of energy crisis or power a small village or town somewhere.
It's like Tarzan and Jessica Rabbit got together, and you just pray that they make children.